much. And thank you for the previous two speakers as well. And on listening to our previous speaker, Kevin, we can really see without a shadow of doubt, without the slightest bit of misinformation, how serious these decisions are and how blatant they have appeared in the lives of so many. But last Wednesday I was very fortunate, I was very privileged. With a small number of other people, with Rachel, with Dermot, we gave in to the Rotunda Hospital in Dublin, almost 6,000 names of people who were upset, who were annoyed, who were puzzled, who were concerned about the policy being brought in by the Rotunda Hospital, where those who are not vaccinated shall not get beyond the front hall. And I'm asked again, where is the science? Science is missing. What you've got is simple. You've got a decision where two people are present to the front hall. One is vaccinated and one is not. And there is a presumption that the person that is vaccinated will somehow or other magically prevent COVID entry into the hospital, and the person that is not vaccinated will be a potential risk of infection. Let me be clear about this. Using science, using common sense, and using the information from the latest peer-reviewed articles in peer-reviewed journals, let me be assured of this point, that both people pose an equal risk. So, why should a hallowed Dublin hospital, a hospital as part of the traditions of this city for almost 300 years, be panicked, be bullied, be pushed, be shoved into bringing in a bogus science? There is no science behind that decision. But friends, while I was happy to assist in the presentation of those as names, having said that, I was saddened because this situation should never arise. This situation should not exist. It exists because of weakness. It exists because of timidity within the government, because they are unable to govern. They are unable to represent us as governments ought to represent, but they have failed. Where do we go from here? We must seek inspiration. As I'm speaking to you, my eyes go across the road to our General Post Office, to the very soul of the Irish nation, where 100 years ago a group of men and women like you and like me walked in and occupied that building and fought against the tyranny of the day. They did not go in for self-advancement. They did not go in for what they could get out of it. They did not go in for personal benefit. They went in to serve you and serve me. And now today, who have we got as their heirs, as their descendants in government and in authority? We have weaklings who will sell you out. You will be sold out for personal advantage. What is going on, I ask you? What has become of this great nation of ours? How come that the people that we have honoured by giving our votes to them have so betrayed us by taking our freedoms away? How dare they do so? And again, I look at an unelected elite called NPHET, or National Public Health Advisory Committee. I never voted for them and you never voted for them, and yet they are in charge. But they are in charge through weakness, a divided government. A government that fails to govern, that fails to give us leadership, allows into that vacuum those who would take authority away from us, the people, and keep it through themselves, perhaps wrapped up in vested interest that has yet to become unravelled and apparent. I say shame on those who should govern and who do not govern us.
Yes!
Every night I look and I see misinformation and mistruth, untruths that are given to us in dribs and drabs, slowly doled out, leading us along in a particular direction. For example, we are told every evening that there are, what might it be, 5,000 cases. Are those 5,000 people, or are those 5,000 tests, and how many people have been tested multiple times?
Yes! Yes!
A manipulation of figures, positioning statistics in a way to promote a particular point of view. I say shame on that.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
Secondly, how many of those people consider themselves to be COVID patients? These are people with no symptoms for the most part. How many times does somebody ring you up as a contact tracer and say, you've blood pressure, you've heart disease? Of course not. These are clinical signs. The diagnosis should be a clinical diagnosis, not a laboratory diagnosis. The figures are being inflated. Why are the figures being inflated? Who stands to benefit from figures being inflated? And we have never been told that, because there is a silence here, a silence from the media, a silence from people that ought to be inquisitive, the people that ought to ask the awkward questions. But no, everybody's on the same hymn sheet on this one, and we are the honest people. We are standing outside of the camp of self-interest. But our day will come as people wake up and realize that these vaccines have now failed.
Yes!
Where you promised a vaccine that would last. Now after 6 months, yes, they have failed. Now there's a booster. Then there'll be a booster of a booster and a booster of a booster of a booster. Where does it end?
Yes!
As I've said before, that is not science, that is rolling chaos. So again, we come back to a lack of leadership, a lack of government, a lack of authority, where those who can fill those vacuums do with a sense of authoritarianism. What we've got now is not the Ireland that I know and love, not the Ireland that I was brought up in, an Ireland of democracy, an Ireland of respect for other people's opinions, an Ireland that was open and honest and free, where Irish people expressed opinion with respect and received respect. Why are those days almost gone? We are here to redeem and reclaim those values. We can stand proud and stand tall and know that we represent all that is good and wholesome and pure and Irish within our nation. The authoritarianism being hoisted upon us smacks of those bad old days in Middle Europe where Marxist-Leninist parties rode roughshod over the populations before they were booted out. I say it is time, perhaps, to put our government under notice. That they could be changed, but I now say they should be replaced. However, we are generous people. We might give them one last chance. We might give them one last election. They have had their day. The message I am getting here is they have had their day.
No more chances!
They should move aside and let the people who value democracy, people who value our traditions as an Irish nation, as part of the family of European nations, from the Urals to the Atlantic, from the Baltic to the Mediterranean. We're all in this together, and as we stand side by side with those other nations of Europe like Austria and Italy and other countries that are screwed down upon, we know that they stand with us. And in this crowd today, I see people from various nations of Europe, from France and Poland and other countries, standing side by side with us. I say, I salute you. The time is running out, and the time is approaching for yet another lockdown, and we all know that, reading the body language and listening to what we hear, the rubbish that hits us every evening. The time is coming when we must act with firmness, and we must act in a decisive way.
We're not going back
We
into
must reclaim our
lockdown.
beloved country.
Not happening.
We must take it back for us as the people. We must seek the inspiration of the men of 100 years ago who marched into the soul of the Irish nation. It was Pearse himself, barrister, poet, revolutionary, prep school headmaster, who said, "You must venture your all, lest you lose more than your all."
Yes.
You must call for a miracle, taking Christ at his word. A poet said that, and I say as well, we must venture our all. It is now or never. We will succeed. We will win. Our day shall be ours. We have justice on our side. We have truth on our side. And now we have the people on our side.